Thought number 9 about leadership. It's personal. And it's not personal. It's both. It's personal because it doesn't make any sense to lead someplace you don't actually want to go. It's personal because you need to be able to look people in the eye and treat them with dignity. It's personal because you are putting as much on the line as anyone else. But it's not personal because when you fail, and you will, it's not about you. Because when you fail, and you will, it's not a statement about you being a bad person or you being wrong forever. When you fail, and you will, you didn't fail. Your idea failed. Your approach failed. Your tactic failed. Your strategy failed. There was a failure to connect with someone whose worldview is different than yours. Now, the fact is that we have to go in to do this work of leadership differently than we go in to do this work of management. When you go in to manage and it doesn't work, it's the boss's fault. It's the fault of the person who wrote the manual. It's the fault of the system. It's the fault of the stock market. It's the fault, it's the fault, it's the fault. Never your fault. That's why it's safe. That's why it's easy. That's why almost everyone is a manager. But when we are a leader, we are saying, I made this. I see this. I want to change this. I care about this. And there is no I in leadership, says the ridiculous proverb, but it's not true. There's a lot of I's in leadership. It's the I of saying, I care. I care enough to be wrong. I care enough to go first. I care enough to make a promise right here and right now. But if you care too much and you take it personally, if you violate Rule 6, you will not be able to do the leadership you know you are capable of doing. That a lot of what we do is treat other people like grown-ups. And part of what it means to treat someone else as a grown-up is not to say, I will take care of you. I will make everything okay. I will fix it every time. We cannot do that and lead at the same time. What we can do is say, I trust you. What we can do is say, here are the tools that we need to do this job. And if we don't have the right tools, let's go get some more tools. But together, using connection, which is the currency of our new economy, we can make a change happen. So we've been through the 9. I have a couple bonuses I want to end with. But before I do, let's just take a second and think about the fact that an hour ago, you weren't even clear about what it meant to lead. You thought maybe there were some secret charisma tactics. You thought maybe only some people can lead. Some people are born to lead. Some people are in the right moment to lead. That you have to be Joan of Arc or Abraham Lincoln to be some sort of leader. And I'm just not buying it. I've met leaders from around the world. They're short and they're tall and they're overweight and they're too skinny and they're really smart and they're really stupid and they're pleasant to be with and they're annoying to be with. And they have nothing in common except they want to change in the world. The only thing they have in common is that they care enough to say, I made this. They care enough to say, follow me. And mostly, they care enough to say, let's make something change. Let's make something better. I hope you can do that. Bonus number 1, an 8-step progression to get from where you are to where you might want to go. Step number 1, wonder. I wonder what would happen if I did this. I wonder what would happen if this technology existed. Number 2, notice. Look around you. Notice where the talent is. Notice where the gaps are in the market. Notice what has worked in other places and other industries. Number 3, connect. Everyone around you is lonely. Everyone around you is somewhat disaffected. Everyone around you has time and energy to spend on something that they think matters. We can make connections happen. Number 4, understand. Understand why Lululemon succeeded. Understand why people in China want to eat this spicy dish and people in Taiwan don't. Understand why this works or that doesn't work. Understand the mechanics behind the place you want to make change happen. Number 5, leap. There is no bridge. There is no step-by-step approach to get from here to over there. We leap into this posture of saying, I care. We don't gradually get there. We leap into saying, this is possible. Number 6 is challenge. Challenge the status quo. Challenge the people who work with you. Challenge what is possible, because that is what it means to make change happen, to lead. The penultimate one is transform. Transform the world around you. Make the change happen. And the last one is contribute. That once you start leading, you'll suddenly notice there are leaders all around you. And you can contribute to them. You can contribute to what they are doing. You can add value the same way others added value for you. A few years ago, I met a battleship captain named Mike Abrashoff. They say things about battleships, about how big they are, but you don't really understand how big they are until you understand how many people are on the ship. Well, they gave Mike one of the worst ships in the Navy, and he fixed it. And he wrote an important book about it. That's where I got the idea of round people for round holes. But one of the other lessons that Mike shares, I wanted to share with you, which are 3 questions that you can ask yourself about whether you are helping your people get to where they need to go, because that's what leaders do. Number 1, did I clearly articulate the goals that I have for this team? Did I make it clear where we were going? Number 2, did I give my people enough time and enough resources to accomplish those goals? And resources might be training, resources might be tools. And number 3, part of number 2 is, did I give them enough training? Did I dig deep enough with each person to train not just their ability to use a screwdriver or a computer, but the way they see the world? Did I train their worldview? Did I turn on the lights? Did I help that person see that this is more than just doing a job, that it's about making a difference? And so what we know is that there are so many forms of leadership. So think about Paul Graham. If it weren't for Paul Graham, we wouldn't have Reddit. We wouldn't have Airbnb. Paul Graham revolutionized the way Silicon Valley thinks about startups by leading. Does he have 1,000 employees? No. He might not even have 10. He built by networking, by creating ideas and connections that led people to a new place. Compare that to somebody like Jeff Immelt, who leads General Electric with more than 100,000 employees. A daunting management task. But his job, after Jack Welch left the place in tatters, is to rebuild an organization by seeing, by noticing, by connecting, by describing how change gets made. So there you have it. It goes from the tiniest organization to the largest one you can imagine. It goes from for-profit organizations that seek to enrich shareholders to social entrepreneurs who seek to change the world. What it all has in common is this: someone decided to lead. I hope it'll be you. Thank you. A few years ago, I met a battleship captain named Mike Abrashoff. They say things about battleships, about how big they are, but you don't really understand how big they are until you understand how many people are on the ship. Well, they gave Mike one of the worst ships in the Navy, and he fixed it.